Alright, Shabbat Shalom everybody, and you're welcome to the Shabbat of this morning. We're discussing Parashat Balak this morning. Parashat Balak, son of Zippor. And I subtitle it, the subtitle of the Parashat of this morning is called The Number 3. The number 3. So we're going to discuss about numbers, kind of gematria this morning. The number 3. What does the number 3 mean? What does the number 3 signify, or how can we interpret this number? Because you can see that most of the things that happens in this parasha is all about the number 3. Everything is just about 3. So why is Torah repeating this 3 in different ways or in different forms? Right? We know that 1 does not make it doesn't make a shape. Right? We know that it's not balanced. 2 is not balanced perfectly well. Yes, it's a little bit better than 1, but 2 itself is not balanced, and there is no shape in 2. In geometry, the first shape is with 3. That's where you can see a shape. A shape starts forming, and 3 is talking about balance. It's balanced. Since it's balanced, so we can see that shape. 1 doesn't make a shape. 2 doesn't make a shape. In geometry, 3 begins to make a shape. You can see triangles. That's why I call it the angles of 3s. So now we are going to go further to understand why this number is so paramount in this parasha of this morning. Whether mystical or practical, certain numbers come up time and time again. Specific numbers often reoccur in Torah literature or sometimes connect to events and people. Without going into a discussion of other numbers, I would like to focus on number 3. Virtually, the number 3 is unique. Further down, it becomes the shape of 0. When it flips it over, it becomes number 3. And when you join 2 3s together, it forms number 8. So we can see this number that it can change shape. Number 3, when you fold it down, it makes a 0. And when you put two 3s together, it makes 8. What is going on with this number? That this number is like, okay, I can take any shape or form that I want. So something like that. We know in Hebrew law that the number 3 or the performance of doing something 3 times create what is called chazaka, right? Which means a strength to the matter. 3 is a strength, it's balance. When you have a 3 legs, it's balanced. There is a strength into it. But beside the chazaka element, we come across 3 patterns involved in different areas of life. We have what is called tzedakah, a baby, and lashon. These 3 things is very, very important in areas of our lives. I repeat again, tzedakah. Number 2, a baby. And number 3, lashon. What does this thing have to do with the topic of this money? Let us see. When an individual comes to collect on behalf of an organization, a Torah institution, or even from an individual or a family, there are 3 people affected by the act. When somebody comes to collect on behalf of an institution, for example, or on behalf of a synagogue, for example, or you want to give something to somebody, right? There are 3 people that are always involved in that act, in that action that you are about to do. And they are. The solicitor is number 1. The giver is number 2. And the recipient is number 3. So, let's see. Of the gift, we are taught that there are 3 partners in creating a child. In creating a child, we have 3 partners. And who are these partners? We have the father, we have the mother, and we have God himself, the 3rd member. If you take any one out of that 3 circle, it will never work. So you need those 3 things for that project to work, to go ahead, or to be successful. Now, let's look at this. Some participant is required. from all the three to be successful. The third example is when lashon hora is spoken. Let's see. There are three people being afflicted here too. The speaker, the listener, and the person about whom the bad word was spoken. Three people. We have the person that said it, that is saying the lashon hora, the bad word. And there is another person that is listening. Okay. And that is the person they are saying the word against, right? It is interesting to note that in all three instances, if one of the three is missing, it will hamper that which is desired, particularly with regard to lashon hora. If the listener refuses to hear it, the speaker will stop talking about the person because he has no audience to tell his story. Okay, what is the sin of Aaron? Because Aaron did what? He lent his ear for what? For Miriam to talk nonsense against who? His brother Moshe. If Miriam comes and say, Aaron, hey, come. See, I'll say, shut up. Okay, no person that is good to listen. Okay, I go and keep my mouth shut. You know, so we need to understand the principle of this. Or Miriam comes and says, well, I'm not interested. She's going to keep her mouth shut because there is no audience that is giving him or her what hearing, you know, to listen to what they want to say. In this week Parashat, there are two interrelated stories that share something happening three times. Number one, we have Balak, king of Moab at that time, that summoned who? Balaam, the sorcerer, right? The non-Hebrew prophet. And again, the third person had is Israel, to whom he wants to curse, right? We have three people here, right? We have Balak, the king of Moab. We have the non-Hebrew prophet Balaam, and we have Israel here. So these are the three people. So let's see. As Balaam traveled to Moab to try to fulfill the request of Balak, his famous donkey stopped on the path because it sees an angel of God in the middle of the road. The donkey tried to go around the angel, but pinches Balaam's legs against the bush, as it is stated in Bamidbar in the book of Numbers chapter 22 verse 28. Let's see what he said. He said, to set the donkey straight, Balaam strike his donkey none other than how many times? 3 times. Which is in Hebrew talk about regalim. To set the donkey straight, I repeat again, to set the donkey on a straight path because he thinks that he's smart. He thinks he's intelligent. Balaam. He strike his donkey 3 times to set him straight, meaning regalim, 3 times. At which the donkey speak, questioning his masters why he has eaten him these 3 regalim, these 3 times. Why are you eating me? What have I done wrong? The donkey saw the angel. Balaam did not see. No. So the donkey is trying to even save the life of his master. But the master, I think, is over smart. That what is going on with this donkey who doesn't understand what is going on, what I want to go and do. Because this donkey wants to impede me from getting what? Getting money, getting rich, right? Getting gold, right? What is wrong with you? You've not done this to me all these years. Me and you are partners. We'll be making money together. Whenever I go and cause any country or bless any people, you're always there, with me, taking me to everywhere that I want. What is the problem now? What did I do wrong? Why are you making mockery of me before the servant of Balak? Why are you hitting me? The donkey declared, what have I done wrong? Finally, upon Balaam's arrival, he and Balak set out to curse Israel. 7 altars were erected and sacrifices were offered. Look at what God said. You shall not go with them. Right? That's what God said. the first group of messenger, right? God told him clear and clear, you shall not go with them, period. But we human beings, what do? We are smarter than God. We are very smart. We think we can change the mind of God. The mind of God is unchangeable. And this is what we read in the Messianic writing of this morning. When some people say replacement theology, you know, God has rejected Israel, and the Goyim are now the new Israel. Oh no! God has abandoned them. God has kicked them away because they are not trustworthy. They can't trust them. They don't have faith. But we have faith, and God has taken us. But I thank God for Shaul. Shaul is telling them, no, don't ever make that mistake. For the gift of God is what? Is free. God will never ever reject his people. The people that he foreknown, he will never reject them. Do you know what has taken God to bring these people up? Some of us were easy to dismiss that. I'm not saying that God is the God of all the universe. He does anything that he wants, but it wasn't easy for him too. Because the people were strong-necked. They fight with him. They quarrel with him. They argue with him. I said, God, so you want me to now abandon this my project? No. God is not a man. God is not a man. Neither the son of a man that will repent or change. When somebody will come and tell you, oh, this is Old Testament, this one is New Testament, they have no idea of what they are saying. But there's nothing old under the sun, the Torah said. See, nothing old. Everything is just being manipulated. Nothing is old. Because God has spoke his word is eternal. His word will never change. The word of God doesn't depend on you. No. He said, when God sent out his word will fulfill the purpose. His word will never return to him void. Never, ever. So now, for you to come and tell me that God will change his mind, let me appease God. You know, I can give the sacrifice. 3 times, 7 altars. 3 times he did that. God will change his mind. This God, I know him very well. I can change his mind with the sweet aroma. That's what the Torah said. And the sacrifice has sweet aroma to God, right? I can change his mind. God said, no, you cannot. He understood this from the beginning. That God said, do not go because you cannot change his mind. Oh, no, because I need the money. He begins to do what? Rationalize and contemplate. So I know this God has dealt with him for many times. Okay, I know his way, I know his path, you know, I can manipulate him. That's what we think. Okay, if you think I can manipulate God, good luck to you, continue. But for me, I won't even try it. Okay, so now he said, finally, upon Balaam's arrival, he and Balak set out to curse Israel. 7 altars were erected and sacrifices were offered. Balaam wandered off meditating and then tried to curse the Hebrew people. Fortunately, just as Adonai had told Balaam when he acquiesced to the request to go, the Lord said, you may only say the thing I tell you to say. Hence, a blessing and not a curse emerged from the mouth or from the lips of Balaam. This experiment was attempted 3 times, thinking, let me try one more time. Let me try one more time. Let me try. It's like the English people said, I don't know, how did they say this word? Somebody is doing wrong thing every time, thinking he can get a good result. But you try one, the result is bad. You try second time, the result, how many times are you going to keep on doing bad you think you are going to get another result? It will never result another result because the result is always the result 0. Think with your head that you are just wasting your time. That is what when you do something, it doesn't work out well. Maybe I should go back to work, to the drawing board, you know, and look at it, what I did wrong, what I didn't do right, and how can I make it right. But no, let's keep on digging deep, keep on digging deep. But how long are you going to keep on to do that, right? So these people, they just want to force God to say something that he doesn't want to say. This experiment was attempted 3 times, and each time the results were the same or even better than the earlier one. When he comes, God says, okay, bless them. He go open his mouth because this man's mind is now in his mind. I'm telling you, for Balaam, it will cost Israel. But for him, that is his business. He gets money by prophecy. as I said last year or 2 years ago, prophets for profit. That's who they are. We have them still here in the world. They only want to give them any amount of money, they prophesy whatever you want to hear, so that your ears can be sweet. Right? We have them everywhere. So this man, in his mind, is ready to cost Israel for money. But as soon as he opened his mouth, God take control of his mind. Boom! And he begin to do what? To do the blessing. God is working through his mouth. Just like the way God opened the mouth of his donkey to speak. It wasn't himself, I can tell you that 100%. The angel of God was speaking through him, making him to speak what he doesn't want to actually say. Because he's there to make money. So now, as bad as the curses were meant to be, the bracha, the blessing that were given, were even greater on their own ways. As it says in Bamidbar in the book of Numbers chapter 24 verse 10, this is what it said. Furious at what Balaam was doing, Balak struck his hand together, stating, I brought you to cause my enemy, but you blessed them these 3 times. What is wrong with you? Did you smoke weed before you come? What is going on? I brought you here especially to do what? To cause them. And now you are blessing them these 3 times. Even though both references mention 3 times, one pertaining to hitting the donkey and the other regarding Balaam blessing Israel 3 times, the re in Hebrew, re, is a slight nuance in our language. The first time is used the word regalim, and the second time he used the word panim. Both are loosely translated as times, but Rashi points out the specific and intentional wording by the hitting. Rashi's famous comment on the word regalim is a hint that the donkey said to Balaam, the nation that will eventually perform the mitzvah of Aliyah, which means the recur, and celebrate the festival 3 times a year, cannot be harmed by you trying to cause them. You can't do that. The donkey was telling the owner, was telling Balaam, hey, Master, I guess you are not seeing what I'm seeing. These people, they are going 3 times to appear before their father in the future, and their father is already waiting for them, for them to come and appear before him, and their father has already blessed them. You think you can change that? You are wasting your time. It is impossible. Technically, you are committing a suicide. That's what the donkey is saying. Master, you are committing a suicide. And the donkey was right. The guy was committing a suicide. Because who can go against the Holy One, blessed be He? None. No power in heavens and on earth can go against His will, because He controls all. So the donkey is trying to tell the master, pack your load and run. But the master is blind because of what? Money. You want to get the money by all means. Okay, let's see. The Sefsei Hachanim heart is one of our sages. Why was this mitzvah choosing to defend Israel more than many other mitzvahs that we have, or mitzvahs that we have? He answered that this mitzvah fits and is a little more unique than any other mitzvahs that we have. Later in the book of Devarim, at the end of Parashat, the Torah states in Devarim chapter 16, verse 16, 3 times a year all your males shall thus be seen in the presence of God your Lord, in the place that He will choose. The Pasuk states that the man will be seen by the Holy One, blessed be He. It is not only because Israel are going to celebrate and fulfill the mitzvot of the Shalosh Regalim, which means the 3 festivals that we appear before, that we always appear, all the men appear before the Lord in Jerusalem, which is the festival of Pesach, the festival of Sukkot, and the festival of Shavuot. It is that Adonai, the Holy One, blessed be He, we have the opportunity to see His children visiting Him. And therefore, the donkey exclaimed, the donkey is telling the word Balaam, his owner, how can your curses work on the people that God wants to see? The donkey is telling the owner, how can your curses, this curse that you want to curse them, how can it work when God is going to see them 3 times in the future? It will never work. Even though you try 2 million trillion times, it will never work. For God will never change His mind. Yeah, establish it the way it is. So we are wasting our time here, Master. Let's pack our load. You just bruise your leg. That is better. You know, at least you don't lose your life. Let's go. Remember in the Messianic writing, he said, if you lose one of your hands, it's better for you. He said it's better for you to lose one of your hands than to lose your entire life in the world in Gehinnom. It's better for you to lose one of your eyes than for your entire body to suffer in Gehinnom. It's better to lose one of your legs than for your entire body to suffer in Gehinnom. So the donkey is telling the master, the bruises that you have is good. Let's return peacefully, or else you are going to lose everything. But the master never listened. So, therefore, just a minute, okay. So this is what it's saying. It will be impossible to alienate and destroy Israel, because the Holy One, blessed be He, wants and needs us to be around Him. So God wants His people to be around Him. They are His children. They are His firstborn. They are His children, and He wants them to come to visit Him 3 times in a year. So how can this succeed? It is impossible. Therefore, this inch was offered as the connector between hitting the donkey 3 times and Balaam blessing Israel 3 times. Three participating elements are represented in the Parashat cases. Regarding Balaam, it is him, his donkey, and the desire to curse Israel. The second scenario is Balak, and the desire to curse Israel. The significance of 3 is that it's an odd number. It's not an even number. It's an odd number. And it is the third part which sway the vote to the either side. You see? 1 and 1. There's one thing in politics. They call them the kingmaker. It's not the king. But without him, the king can never be crowned. They call them kingmaker. You see, somebody might make, this one might make, for example, this party A might have 40%. This party B might have 40%. And the third one has 20%. So, who is going to form the government? This party wants to hold this one to support this one. I can have 60%. They don't say, no, come and join me. I can have 60%. So now, without him or her, neither of them can be the king. The third one decides. So this is what the Torah is saying. Regarding Balaam, I repeat again, it is him, his donkey, and his desire for money, for what? To curse Israel. In the second scenario, it is Balaam, it is Balak, and also the desire to curse Israel. The significance of the 3 is that it's an odd number. And it is the third part which sways the vote to the either side. Let us find the opportunity to be the positive third side. To be the positive third side. The influence of something positive. And the naysay when we vote our opposition to something that is wrong or negative. When we have the Holy One, blessed be He, on our side, then the other side will follow suit. Understanding this, we should always be the positive one. And when a negative thing comes, they want you to vote for negative thing. No, I'm not going to be in that part. No way. I stay here on this side. The people, Balaam said, the people came out from Egypt They feed the land, the earth, like what? Like a cow that wants to lick everything out. They are too numerous, too many. Come and help me to strike it down. Not physically, but spiritually. So when I strike it down spiritually, I can strike it down physically. Remember, what you don't see, I always say this, control what you see. It is not the physical that control the spiritual. It is what you don't see that control what you see. In your body, you can say my body is one, no? But what controls my body is what I don't see. The cells that inside, I don't see them. I have an idea, but I know I'm functioning. That is it. This is what the Holy One is telling us, giving us physical example to understand the spiritual thing. It is the spiritual that controls the physical. Once you control the spiritual, all is yours. The power is in your hand, and nothing the physical can do against it, because you control the key. You have the key to open and to unlock it. So that is the idea the Torah is telling us. This man thought he's smart. He's not smart enough, and his greed led him to suicide. By the grace of God, let us be the positive side, the good one, that always will stand in the way of justice, of righteousness, of goodness. We always say, on this path, I will never depart. It might be tough, it might be hard, the world we live in, I understand. But we say, the truth is the truth. And I'll follow the Torah the rest of my life. Shabbat Shalom.